So after trying to record this like 50 times, I really hope it works this time around. I'm planning on trying to get free keyboard this upcoming Tuesday, and this is the story of how I do it. This Saturday, I had some workers come over to my place to install internet, and the guy called before he came over because he was trying to get directions. He couldn't find his way over. Gave him directions. He showed up. It wasn't anything bad. He did most of his work outside, and I just stayed inside and played Sims. Um, but then at one point, he had been there for about an hour, and he asked me if I could let him have my laptop so he could check and see if the internet connection was working. So I gave it to him, and like, I apologized because my AC wasn't working. I was like, is there anything that I can get you? Like, I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, a nice long back rub would be great. And, that wasn't creepy. Just wait. So then he goes back outside for a while, and I hear him yelling like, fuck! And he has to call one of his coworkers to come help him out. And he's like, he comes inside, and he's like, one of my buddies is going to come and help, and, it's going to be fine. So then his buddy comes, and they're laughing and whatever outside doing shit. Then they come inside, and they're both in there looking at my laptop. And after him being like, oh, the back rub, yeah, I kind of stayed behind and just let them do their thing because that was creepy. And I heard them, like, saying, kind of, like, just talking low voices and stuff. And I was like, I didn't think anything of it. Well, they came into my room, and both of them, and I had to sign some paperwork to finalize them finishing everything. It was like a customer satisfaction report. And so they, as I was signing, they were like talking to one another, kind of like eye conversations, and then the first guy says to me, oh, those were some really nice pictures you had on your desktop. And the other guy kind of was like, yeah, they just opened on their own. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the only thing I had open was Sims, and none of my pictures open on their own. Anyway, so I was sufficiently creeped out at that point, and I then, they left and everything. But the worker was still there because the girl on the other side of my duplex was getting her internet turned on as well. So knowing they were still on the premises, I like locked my doors and I was like, I'm not dealing with that crap. No. And so he came back a couple of times and was like, oh, I need to, check the internet and make sure it's working, whatever. And it was super fishy. Anyway, so he leaves. I'm super happy. Still keep everything locked. And then I get a text, and it's not from a number I know. And it just says, hey, what's up? And I respond, hi, with a question mark, not knowing who it is. But then I compare the number from the text with the number that had called me asking for directions, and of course they were the same number. So then he responds, oh my god, then he responds, hey, those are some hot pick you had. And I was like, alright, well this shit is not gonna fly. So I then call the company and I lodge a complaint and I talked to a supervisor, and the supervisor is like, oh my god, he's so I was cool, calm, and collected, but he was really freaked out, I could tell, and he got his manager, and his manager is coming down to this tiny little town in central Georgia to talk to me, and we have a meeting on Tuesday. So I plan to, at the meeting, he's going to tell me everything, what's going to happen to the guy, and whatever. And then at the end of the meeting, or when I feel things kind of coming to a close, I'll be like, well, I really appreciate you coming out here to having a meeting with me, but I don't feel like I'm going to be comfortable continuing my services with you, and see what the benefits bring me. Anyway, I thought that was pretty creepy and worth sharing.